I'm Brian Custer in for Greeny. My man Kevin Clark is back. Mike T! Mike T is here on Friday, and you know he got some strong takes. And look who else got up with us early. Dominic Foxworth. And you know Fox is going to react to all of Mike T's things. Oh, you got to have the morning perk. Big Perk, Kendrick Perkins with us. And Bobby Marks with us as well. Hey, guys, let's get right to the performance of the night. And it was Anthony Edwards, the T-Wolves, taking on Ja Morant and the Grizzlies. Grizzlies lead the series 2-0. Picking up the first quarter. Morant from 3, counting. And he's got a new celebration. Remember, he got fined $75K for mimicking pointing a long gun. Now he throws a grenade in the crowd. And then it's more Morant. This time the layup. He had 18 points, 5 assists in the first half. Grizzlies led by 5 at the half. But let's get to the third, and the T-Wolves went nuts, and so did the Ant-Man. Count that bucket and 1. T-Wolves lead by 4. Now they're up 13. Edwards, open look. He counts it. You know what? Halfway through the third, they just started pouring it on. Look at Anthony Edwards and athleticism. T-Wolves scored 52 points in the third quarter, most in the quarter in franchise history, an NBA season high for any quarter. Morant had 36 and 6, but it was Edwards with 44, 5, and 3. More importantly, the Timberwolves get the victory, and now the West remains really a logjam. 3 teams holding the same records between 6, 7, and the 8 seeds. ESPN Analytics gives the Timberwolves the best chance to get that top 6 seed at an 88%. They finished the season with the Nets and the Jazz. Jazz, by the way, got the worst record in the league. All right, so let's talk about this. Bobby Marks, Big Perk. And Perk, I'll start with you. When you look at those standings, you see the Warriors right now. They benefited from that game. They're at 6. Do you think the Warriors need to avoid the play-in in order to make a deep playoff run?
Absolutely, and why? Here's why, BC. When you look at the Warriors, you're looking at a lot of miles when it comes down to Steph, Draymond, and Jimmy Butler. So, you know, having a week off, being able to rest to get their legs up under them. Think about where they were, you know, before the Jimmy Butler trade. So they didn't have to, expend so much energy to get to this point. And Steph Curry, if you look at the game against San Antonio, those guys look exhausted. Again, they have the Portland Trail Blazers tonight. I think they should pencil that in as a win. They'll go in and get that one. But yes, they need the rest. If they get the rest and get in that top 6 seed, they're definitely going to make some noise and make a deep playoff run.
Bobby, from a front office standpoint, why do you think a top 6 seed is so critical for Golden State?
Well, I think you heard LeBron James say it the other night after they clinched that top 6 seed against Dallas. They get a week off. And if you're looking at Golden State, you get into the play-in, you're playing on Tuesday. If you lose, you're playing on Friday. You are playing with fire here. And yes, you could potentially get the Lakers in the first round in the 3-6 matchup. But man, could you imagine losing in the 7-8 and then having to face Oklahoma City possibly in the first round? Get into the top 6. That's their best way to get to a conference finals.
So with a couple of games left, and we just showed the standings there, the Lakers are the 3 seed. Perk, do you view them, let's say, as the scariest team out west?
Hell no. First, I mean, that's Oklahoma City. I have Oklahoma City still to this day making it to the NBA Finals representing the Western Conference. But I'm going to tell you something. Please do not sleep on the Clippers. The Los Angeles Clippers right now are playing some outstanding basketball all across the board. But when it comes down to OKC, they check all the boxes. And the one thing that I love about this team, what happened for them last game, is SGA didn't play. Chet Holmgren had, I believe, like 20 and 10. He is going to have to be that second option for them. I think over these next 2 games, they establish him as the second option, more post-ups and things to that nature. OKC is definitely the most scariest team out west right now.
Okay, so Bobby, then do you favor the Thunder or the Field in any 7-game series?
Listen, it would be easy to say the Field, especially when you have the Lakers and Golden State and Denver here. But for me, it's Oklahoma City. I think their resume this year speaks for itself. They've got the best defensive team in the NBA. I almost equate them as a really good Major League Baseball team. They've got starting pitching, middle relief, and closers on this roster here, and they can defend. And if you can defend in the playoffs, you have a chance in every series, and I'm taking Oklahoma City over the field.
So who do you trust more, Perk, to make a deep run here? Are we talking Lakers or are we talking Golden State?
I'm thinking Golden State at the moment. The one thing about Golden State is that they have the personnel to defend at a high level consistently, right? We see it in flashes when it comes down to the Los Angeles Lakers. But when I look at the combination of Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green and what the value and what they're able to bring defensively, the way that they're able to anchor defense, the way that they're able to disrupt any team, and sometimes in a possession by themselves. And then you add a Pajemski into the mix, a guy that is underrated and what he's able to bring on the defensive side of things. I love the athleticism, the length, the way that Jonathan Kuminga has brought into his role, and they're going to score points, right? They have that offense, the movement, and we're watching guys elevate. I have more trust in the Golden State Warriors to make a deeper run than the Los Angeles Lakers.
Okay, so let's pivot and let's go out east here. We'll start with the Knicks taking on the Pistons on the road. This is the first quarter. And watch Campaign get the steal. Pressure Achua over Isaiah Stewart. I mean, he posterizes him. Knicks led by 6 at the half, but this one gets chippy in the third. Check this out. Watch Dennis Schroeder. Runs right into Jalen Brunson and stands over him. You want to talk about disrespectful. Little pushing. Couple of possessions later, Schroeder in the corner. And look at P.J. Tucker. Pushes him down and stands over him. So here we go. About 3 minutes now remaining in the quarter. Pistons down. Cunningham goes bonkers. Knocks down that 3. Pistons down 4. We get to the fourth quarter, and it was all Cade Cunningham. You know, the Knicks only scored a total of 7 points in the last 6 minutes. Meanwhile, Cade Cunningham went bonkers, knocking down shot after shot. He had 36 points, 8 assists. The Pistons get the win, 115 to 106. Now, the Knicks are nearly locked, basically, in that 3 seed. Pistons more likely going to be the 6th seed. ESPN Analytics giving the two teams a 64% chance to meet in the first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. Last time these two teams met in the first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs, 2020. And the Pistons won that series 4-1. So I guess I got to ask the question here, Perk. Are the Knicks closer to one and done or a deep playoff run?
They're closer to one and done. I mean, look, last night to me was an opportunity for the Knicks to go out there and stand on business and make a statement, right? And especially against a team that you're possibly most likely going to see in the first round. You don't want to give this young Detroit team any confidence that they could beat you. And I'm going to say something else here. Right, we're watching, we've seen over the last 2 weeks and a half, 2 coaches get fired, right, with their teams having outstanding records, Taylor Jenkins and then Michael Malone. Tom Thibodeau is